Yeah. Sweet. Okay, so we're just going to do a Q&A kind of a thing tonight. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat or I can't hear you guys, so I'm going to log in. Really? Shoot. Can everyone else hear us? I mean, I think Anita and Sarah said that they could. I can hear. Okay. Okay, how about now, Crystal? Maybe. Okay, perfect. No, you're fine. Okay, so Melissa said, I'm in my head because I'm stressed about life things. I feel you. And it's really affecting me showing up since there's really no clock in. I'm struggling to keep myself accountable, because I don't have to do this or that, I guess. Um, just want to hear, maybe just venting. Yeah, vent away always. Um, that, yeah, we feel you, girl. Um, so the thing that really helped me because I'm such a hard worker, but I'm such a hard worker when people tell me what to do. So, and I told Ryan, I was like, I need kind of direction. Like I need you to pretty much hold my hand, tell me what I need to do, and I'll do it. Because the key to success in this business is one, consistency, and two, duplicating what works, but personalizing what works. You just don't want to, copy and paste what you're duplicating essentially. Um, and so talk to your upline about that too. Like, okay, I'm gonna need you to tell me to put my stories up. Tell me, to I don't, and if you get stuck, just say, hey, okay, this is what I've done so far. What else can I do to work my business today? I have these time slots. This is my typical schedule. Help me kind of fill in these gaps of the time that I have to replace. So at first I started looking at things that I could replace my time with. So Dana and I used to watch Netflix like for a couple hours every single night. Like sometimes we would go to bed at like 6 p.m. as soon as we got home and we would just like Netflix until we fell asleep. And so I took, an hour of that time and replaced it with working my business and making it unfold for the next day. So I wasn't stressed in the morning when I woke up. Um, but I really just got in a routine and the routine led to the consistency and that seriously has changed my business 100%. So like every morning I do the same thing every single morning. I delete all my stories. I put my thirst trap, whether that is the thirst trap, is something that's going to grab somebody's attention. So it could be a TikTok, a funny meme, a poll, a lifestyle, something. I typically do like a smiling video of Kendall because everyone loves smiling babies. So that's kind of been my content lately, a lot of it. All my reels have been those kind of videos. So, and you can see the quality is not that great, but it's that consistency and getting in front of people's faces that matters, not the perfection. So, every morning, delete my stories, thirst trap, and then I'll go into probably like a couple slides before I throw Thrive in there because I want to keep people clicking through my stories. And if they're like, oh, every day she posts Thrive first, or yep, she posted a funny meme. The next slide I know is going to be, you know, Lavelle related or Thrive related. And so I try to kind of mix it up quite a bit. Some days I go way heavy into Thrive, and some days I go way heavier into lifestyle. So, but regardless, just show up. So if you have to wake up, 30 minutes early to do your consistent things that you need to do that because that's what I've been doing. Even though I'm tired with a newborn or whatever, if I'm up at 4 a.m., I'm like, well, this is my time to delete my stories because I'm gonna sleep until 10. And I don't want to start my day at 10 because you've got, Florida, they're an hour ahead of me, and then we've got the West Coast that's like 2 hours behind me. So I think about that time frame too. And if I start too late, all these people are already going to be up and I'm going to be at the back of the line in their mind and on social media. So whenever I'm up in the morning, I'll just delete my stories and do that. And then I know that I need to at least make one post And I try to make at least my one post a lifestyle post. And then my second post is going to be Thrive related, a pain point or something. So that's kind of, I would say the stories I'm posting are going to be your bread and butter. Kay always talks about how posting and stories are literally what's going to make or break you here. So just get into that routine of consistency and setting aside that time either in the morning, like literally as soon as I wake up, that's the first thing I do is delete my stories. And then at night, I just think a lot. My brain is racing. So that's when I come up with pretty much my content for the next day. Or even sometimes just that morning, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like, I don't really have a life, but things will just kind of pop in. And then that's when you can use kind of what Ryan was talking about, inspiration. Go look and see what other Thrivers had talked about. And that always drives my inspiration. I would say 50% of the time I go look at what Ryan had posted. Like even I just scroll all the way down and I'm like, what did you post about last week? I thought I saw something cool. And then I'll just go on that. And a lot of it's like, oh, duh, like, why am I not talking about the auto bonus? I haven't touched on that in a while or whatever. So I hope that, yes, but don't compare yourself to them. Um, yeah, don't overthink it either. Just get out content, spit it out. Like a lot of my stuff is not high quality these days. Kendall does not like bright light, so I'm always sitting in the dark. And so all my reels are like dark and so are my stories. So just get it out there. It doesn't matter. That's kind of, I hope that helps. Get to boss me around. Okay, so
All right, I wanted to piggyback on that for you, Melissa. If you can type in the chat, Sarah boss me around. I can boss you around, that's fine. I mean, whatever. I know like the RV factory is slowing down and stuff. So I'm not saying this is your stressor for life stuff, but if it is, like I know it's stressing us out and Cord's not technically in the RV factories with the layoffs and the shutdowns and all of that. But I can't really, like, I can't imagine where you guys are at right now. So if that is kind of like a stressor on you, let that be the drive to hit these bonuses, to bring in that money to make up for the slowdowns right now. And that's what I keep thinking right now is I need to work my business right now more than ever because of this. So yeah, don't let it be an option. Let me go back to your 3 days a week and 2 weeks off randomly. Exactly. So let that be your drive. Like, let me pick up where he can't bring in right now, which it's not his fault, but let that be your drive for working your business. Like, you get to do this business. Don't let it be oh, I don't have to do it, or I don't have somebody like, watching me like a boss type thing. Just change your mindset to I get to do this and I get to bring in an income and I get to help people feel better and I get to bring in an extra paycheck where my husband won't get one this week, but I'm going to work my butt off to get one this week to make up for that. I know you're not fully going to make up for it. I know what they bring in, but I hope that helps out a little. So when I saw your thing, yes, change it to I get to, not I have to mindset. And there's going to be days. So I was watching, or I looked through the batch posting notes. On Friday, it's a lifestyle post. I'm going to be honest. I spent the whole day spring cleaning to where I washed my hands 50 times today and they're so dry right now. And I didn't get up a post today, but I'm going to go and use my lifestyle post today and then make sure I hit hard on the business side of things Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm going to do, and that's one thing that I also don't do is I don't do lifestyle posts very much. I guess I kind of did one today about an update on my dad. So I might like do one of the puppy and my kids or something like that tonight and then do the business stuff. But I'm more thrive, and not a whole lot of lifestyle. So today's a good day actually to throw up in my lifestyle post instead of doing it on Friday. So just remember, thrive, lifestyle, find that happy medium with them both, because that is something I seriously lack. So I hope that helped all of you, because I just lit a fire under my own ass. So there's that. And then while I'm talking, Shelby, did you have anything else to add on to hers?
No, you're good.
Okay, I was just going to touch on Crystal's real quick. Her question was, how are you introducing the business opportunity to people who don't come out and ask? So, unfolds and posts. And here is an unfold, and I can send this to you so you have an idea and you can make your own. But this was actually just dropped in one of the groups I'm in, and it's from Ryan, and it's literally answers your question. And it says, my biggest regret is how many times I talked myself out of this. If you're watching and wondering, but for how long? And then it's just do unfolds with talking all about the business. A lot of people are counting themselves out because they don't know what they're walking into, just like you used to do. Working from your phone, it can be wherever you want it to be. Let me see. No quotas, contracts, minimum, no auto ship requirements. Just hit all of the business pain points, but I'm going to send you this this unfold, and then make sure you're hitting on the auto bonus too at the second rank. It doesn't have to be a white Mercedes that we get, or a, I don't even know what other companies do, because I don't pay attention then to them, to be honest, because I'm so deeply rooted here. There's like this big girl from Q Science who keeps messaging me every day, and I'm just play along with it because I'm just waiting for her to ask me to go over there, and I ain't gonna do it. But I'm gonna send you, I'll drop this in the chat though, so you can kind of get an idea of this unfold and how to introduce the business to those people who aren't coming out and asking. In conversation, hang on, let me catch up on the chat. Yeah, the promoter focused on combos, Crystal. If you don't have those, definitely get those, because I started using those for everything, and that would really help. But if they don't talk, like if they don't bring it up in conversation, if they give a cue, honestly, that's your sign just to talk about it. I mean, that's what I do. And I'd be like, I know you say this, but this business could help you with this. Like, I know this is one of your problems, but this could help you. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Between the promoter conversations and them giving you a cue is just kind of your opportunity to bring it up, I feel like. Shelby, do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I love everything you said. Yeah, if they are giving a cue, I just act super excited, honestly. Like, even talking about it on my stories, not really targeting anyone in particular. I just get super stoked about it. And I just say how it, transitioned me out of my career that I worked so hard for. And, I spent all this time and all this money going to college. And it's just so funny to me how people will drop 20 to 100 grand on a piece of paper, and they don't use that degree, but then people are so hesitant, like, I need to pray on it, I need to which I'm not dogging on that, but or I need to ask my husband, and not dogging on that either. But it's like, I'm sure you don't, like, really, you probably don't ask your husband if you're gonna, like, become a realtor. Like, I didn't ask my husband if I was gonna become a realtor, but I was really nervous to tell him about me becoming a Thrive promoter. I was almost ashamed of it, and I didn't really want a lot of people to know. And I think a lot of people have that mentality, but I knew that if I did not go balls to the wall and really do what Ryan was telling me and directing me to do, then I wouldn't have any success here. And that's why a lot of people fail. And I'm from a super small town, and I watched a lot of people join MLMs and quit because they weren't hitting that success. And so I always had a bad taste in my mouth about this business. And I think just debunking, I'm always trying to find ways to debunk those myths about this business. And I just try to be really blunt and honest on social media. And even when people message me, they're I'm just super blunt because I'd rather be overly upfront and honest and them know exactly what they're getting into than kind of beat around the bush. And then they're like, well, you're dishonest, kind of, and I don't want to be a promoter because you kind of made it fluffy. And I've lost a couple promoters, and I think I put a little too much fluff around it sometimes, way back. And now I'm just like honest. I'm like, this is what I made, this past couple months or whatever. And I let them know, yeah, it's going to fluctuate, but that's what happens when you work off commission. It just depends how much you want to invest in your business, honestly, is going to reflect your paycheck. So, uh, oh, thank you. And then you and I messaged you. Yes. I literally sent a screenshot to Sarah Weber, and I was like, this is what I made. These are the possibilities, kind of that whole thing. Okay. Any other questions? I'm hoping I threw my back out too, and my brain is like, phew, gone. Let's see. But I know topics are like so hard too. I think it takes a lot of effort, honestly. Like it just takes time to come up with all these. And I think you just watch all these girls who have been here forever, like being perfect and showing up, and you show up so well, and you do reels all the time, and you do stories all the time. And that's where the comparison thing is that Rye was talking about on T for Two last night. And, if you only have an hour a day to work your business, like, let's talk, let's figure it out to where we're like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Like, let's create a list. Let's get this all done in an hour if this is the only time that you have to dedicate. And then we'll grow from there. I've helped a lot of people do that. I had this one gal, and she was like an overtime working mom. She literally had no time. And I'm like, literally go get a thing for your car, put your phone up on your rearview mirror in your little phone holder and talk while you drive. Because I had to do that. When I first started this business, I was working in ophthalmology. I was working like 60 hours a week there. Plus, I had tons of side gigs. I was cleaning a dance studio once a week. That took like 4 hours. And I was always just working as a barista. And I just liked money. So I worked all the time. I just didn't really have a lot of time. And she caught on. She's like, oh, dude, I see you're not showing up. Like, what's going on? Can I help with anything? And I'm like, this is my life. And she's like, I'll just talk like you're talking to your friend in the car while you drive or whatever. Whenever you have time, when you're getting ready, like fill in these little gaps. Because I mean, we all get ready in the morning. So just throw your phone up. Like I take my ring light, and I set it on my counter, and I just put it on, and I'll just talk away while I'm straightening my hair or putting on my makeup or whatever. And if you don't have anything to talk about, just talk about like your hair products or your makeup, or I'll talk about like, thank God for these filters because these bags today are something fierce, or just talk about anything. People just like to sit and listen to people talk. I get on and I find myself just watching people sometimes because it's like keeping up with the Kardashians. People love that reality TV. And when people are sitting on their lunch break or whatever, they have an hour to spare before work or they're getting ready in the morning, they're going to be flipping through your stories and just talk about anything. I mean, you don't have to be like on 100% all the time and look beautiful all the time, and have your hair and makeup done. Just show up however. I mean, this is how I showed up on my stories today. So I hope that helps a little. Any other questions? Yeah, Sarah, and you can like, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Sarah, like you could even go live and just be like, this is what I'm doing. This is one of my other businesses. I do Thrive, but then I'm gonna just show you guys like how I do a t-shirt, and go live if you stutter, if you make a mistake, whatever. Just be like, I'm nervous and I'm probably gonna stutter and make mistakes, but just bear with me. And I still do that. I still get super stressed out and fumble over my words, but I just own it. I'm like, whatever, this is real life. And they will love you. They will seriously fall in love with you. And I mean, look, you enrolled with me and I'm not perfect. This is my issue. Exactly. Yeah.
No, you don't. I've literally gone live probably more times without a bra on and my hair and makeup not done, or my hair brushed, or probably not even my teeth brushed sometimes, because I'm just like doing all the things, drinking my shake, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to brush my teeth this morning, but hey, I'm gonna go live. Oh yeah, I'm not wearing a bra, just like I'm not right now. And I go live and literally have done that more times than probably not. So don't even let that be a thing.
Yep.
Don't let it be a thing. Um, Also, with the like, people want to know about the most random things about your life. You don't even understand how many people are invested in my plant up on my shelf that I talked about on my stories today, about me moving it to the other side of the shelf, and is it going to die or not if I move it. And everybody's like, keep me posted on how your plant's doing, that thing's so beautiful. And I'm like, y'all are really invested in my plant now, like it's funny. But one thing I wanted to add to what Shelby was saying is something that I do and I am horrible at is overthinking my Thrive post, because I'm like, oh, I already talked about that. Yeah, I talked about it a month ago. Not everybody read that post back then. Not everybody saw that story or that pain point back then. So I was trying to think, like, what did I do when I first started this business? Or what did I do when like I really ranked up and took off? And it was, I talked about the 3 steps all the time and what they do, like at least once a week. What do vitamin shakes, DFTs, all in a post? I talked about my favorite products at least once a week. I talked about trials. I was sending trials out like 5 or 6 packs in one day, but at least 3 or 4 times a day. Like, they know me by name in the post office. So talk about trials. If you can't send out trials, get with your upline and maybe your upline can help you. This one's not feeling very good, so I guess she's gonna join the party. But what else? The refer to program. That's how I went 12K. I know I've talked about it before, but the referred to program is huge. That was one of my main things why I even joined as a customer. Like, I purchased my first month supply and my goal was to never have to purchase it again as a customer. And I never had to. So make that a priority that you're getting in people's heads, and go in and do a video of you either placing your order with credits or placing somebody's order with their credits, and like literally show them, like, look, this was $160 or $180 and now it's $14.99 with shipping. Like, let people see that. Make a video and put it on as a reel, or on your page somehow, so people can actually see, like, wow, you really do get this for free. Like, I only paid shipping out of all of that. So that's what don't overthink the post so much. And if you're like, just scroll through, and I'm actually going to write them down and be like, okay, have I talked about the 3 steps and what they do? Have I done classic and elite, the differences between the two? My favorite products are Balance and Biotic. Will not ever stop taking them. Have I talked about those this week? So that's going to be my new goal that I just came up with going through, is making sure I'm hitting those every week or 2. Maybe one week I'll be like customer focused like I have been, and the next week like business focused. So just an idea there. Does anybody?
Yeah, I think oh, go ahead.
Nope, I'm done. I was just gonna say, does anybody else have anything to add to that? Ooh, I love you.
Yeah,
too.
I think we overthink the content, but like, if you think about it, the same person isn't going to be reading the same post, So if you were to talk about every single Monday, you're talking about the 3 steps. Every single Tuesday, you're talking about payday. Every single Wednesday, you're talking about balance. And if you followed that schedule for an entire year, nobody is going to ever be like, oh my God, every single Monday, she talks about the 3 steps. Every single Tuesday, she's talking about payday. Unless they're catching on, like, okay, they get paid every single Tuesday. That's cool. Oh, she's talking about the 3 steps. She keeps talking about these. That's pretty cool. Nobody's going to look at it in a negative way. And you want to constantly repeat yourself, because we should be growing our following, right? So if your following is growing on Facebook and Instagram, you're constantly getting new eyes on you. You want to be repeating yourself over and over and over again. So I talk about PCOS all the time, and I'm always posting videos of me making my shake and putting on my patch, and I give a quick rundown, and then some days I give an in-depth on like the shake and what's in them. And I say there's like biotin, there's magnesium, it's going to help you, sleep. And then I go over, okay, vitamin A, it's going to help your eyesight and help with genetic eye diseases. And like if you guys ever, side note, want like what each vitamin does, like the benefits of the 3 steps or all, I have so much information. So if you want me to send you that, I am more than happy to. And so I like deep dive all the ingredients and I talk about them. And I have notes. I have notes more times than not when I'm talking on my stories because I'm not going to remember 15 vitamins and what they do for each part of your body. But when you're talking about that, like vitamin B helps with energy and repairs stress cells and stuff like that, people are going to be like, oh, that's so cool. So literally you could even take, okay, I will. You could take one vitamin that's in one thing at a time and talk about that too. So we have so much we can talk about, but I think we spend too much time thinking, overthinking, like, okay, what am I going to talk about today? Oh my God, oh my God. And it's like, just we have so much, when we really break down like the business and the products. I have a highlight on my Instagram that's my fave 6. And we did a sale forever ago, and it was like you get to pick like 3 out of the 6 and you get them for $75. So I watch that a lot, and it's a really good refresher because I put the captions on, and then there's in the trainings on the RA page, I did one on the vitamins. So you could just really highlight a specific product that week, and you could talk about, so like for instance, if you wanted to highlight the vitamins, like Monday you could talk about methylation and why methylation is important. And I think I go over that in the RA training video that I did on the vitamins. You could take 1 capsule or 2 capsules, or this heals your gut, and then talk about gut health on Tuesday. So there's so many aspects that snowball each product. You can really, that's where honestly where I get a lot of my content is. I just deep dive into all the ingredients, all of the benefits that they have, and talk about those every single day. Like for the black labels, for instance, quercetin is in the black label, and that was something that was used to treat and prevent COVID and colds and the flu. And so I always talk about that. And Forzaline is super good for you. And so you could deep dive into the black label. And I'm always like, it's like a pat. It's just a fancy sticker. It's like think of like an icy hot birth control patch. It's not new technology. It's just patented. And then I go into like Shark Tank and how patents are super hard to get. And you could just go down this whole rabbit hole of everything this business and the products have to offer. And then my brain just goes wild, and I just kind of run with that different things every single day. But I will send info for the vitamins in the Ember Legacy chat for sure. Any other questions or comments, concerns?
I'm literally writing down like customer ones and business ones, and I'm gonna type this out or put it on a graphic and send it in the Ember Legacy chat. So if somebody is like sitting here struggling with a post, literally just pick one from this simple little thing I'm writing down right here and just go with it. Don't overthink it, just pick one and go. Or if you get with one of your uplines, we can pick one from this list and be like, okay, now write about this, because sometimes I need that too. Like I've asked Shelby like multiple times, like what I need a pain point for today. Like I can't, I have so many and I just can't pick one. Overthinking it is my biggest thing. So I want to write this down though and get it in the chat so that way you guys have it. And man, I'm like fired up.
I know. Yeah, I like the fire.
I don't know. I'm on like day 3 of Elite, and I'm definitely missing like the instant energy. But like right now, I feel like I could go run 6 miles, and I don't run like from anything. Literally, I don't like it. But I feel like I
Put me down for
could.
cardio.
I feel like I could run to Texas right now and come cuddle Kendall.
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions before we get off? I hope this was super helpful and it lit a fire under some of you, because I know it did me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you all for hopping on. Shelby, thank you as always.
You
And we will
too.
get this stuff dropped in the chat. Oh, so good. Even with the screaming kid in the background. Yeah, mine crashed in here too, so it's all right. Alrighty. Well, I will get this recording up and dropped in the chat as well. So thank you all. Have a great night and
Love you guys.
love you.